on this day 304 of Everyday Bible with Ada Ukabia. Now Matthew chapter 19 and Mark chapter 10 now the focus on. Now from verse 4 all the way down to verse 6 of the first book of today, now we understand, say Jesus, they remind everybody of the original plan. Marriage was never designed to be a temporary contract, but a spiritual union. But why they come allow clause for inside the divorce matter? Well, Jesus said that clause now because of the hardness of the human hearts, how stubborn the humans were. So God allowed that clause in that law of Moses to manage the human weakness, not because it was his ideal. In simple terms, God's perfect design now for unity and lifelong commitment. In our world of today, where relationships they break and easily, and commitment self, it always they under test by pressure. This teaching, which Jesus they teach us in these verses 4 all the way down to 6, they remind us that love requires forgiveness, patience, and maturity. As soon as the disciples they come talk say, with this calm matter, I be like say to marry self, you better make person no even try am at all. And Jesus come agree, say, to marry not be for everybody. This one they show that marriage is not a must, not just a personal choice. For example, even Apostle Paul, he choose not to marry so that he can go focus on the ministry without distraction. So one person decides say he no want to marry. That one no mean say that person they incomplete. Whether you be single or you dey married, the thing wey matter be say make you live a life of obedience to God's will throughout each day where you wake up. As we move on, we can see where Jesus replied that rich young man, say, if you want to be perfect, sell your possessions, give them to the poor, and you will have treasure in heaven. In eye just clear. That one no mean say God hate wealth. It just means say he wants our hearts to be detached from wealth. The real question be say, what controls you? We kuku know say many people today, then they pursue money, then they pursue power, and then they pursue fame at the expense of their souls. But the truth of the matter be say what we give up for God never goes unrewarded. Trading worldly possessions for eternal gain means choosing eternal values. Kindness over greed, service over status, and love over luxury. Then we can move on to the case where Jesus said it go dey easier for camel to go through the eye of a needle. In simple terms, it go dey very difficult for someone who trusts in wealth to submit fully to God. Imagine a billionaire where they think say money can buy everything, influence, loyalty, even forgiveness. Such a person will find it very difficult to humble themselves before God. The eye of the needle can be likened to humility and surrender. The bigger our ego or the bigger our possessions, the harder it will be to fit through that narrow space. But with the grace of God, anyone, whether you dey rich or you dey poor, you feel make am through if we decide to put God first. That phrase for verse 28 where Jesus said the renewal of all things, this one they refer to the time where he will come back, the time where he will return, when justice will be restored, when those who followed him will share in his glory. Our faithfulness of today, now investment into that renewal where everything broken will be made right. So whether you dey single, whether you are married, whether you dey rich or you dey struggle, the message now the same. Live with eternity in mind. In the next book of today, where Jesus they mention receiving 100-fold blessings, that is anybody will live in house, live in family, live in land for the sake of God or for the sake of this gospel. They make us understand, say when we choose to put God first, when we refuse to compromise, even when other people around us they compromise, God go multiply waiting we think say we don't lose. If you think I'm very well, many people then they pursue blessings. But Jesus they teach that blessings go chase those who put them first. That is those people who put God first. Now so blessings go they pursue them. So when you choose integrity over shortcuts, when you give generously, when you stand for truth, when you seem to lose now, heaven they watch and your reward go be overflowing. As we can read waiting James and John, the two brothers, go they ask Jesus as them corner am for one side. Waiting I see there in a strong sibling bond. You know say when families pray together, then they dream together, or then they even make mistakes together. There's room for growth. These two brothers, they no fight, they no quarrel. They look for waiting go dey nice, any better investment for the life after, abi? But from all the stories we don't read and the passages we don't read from the past, we kuku know say the right hand side of God na special spot for the Son of God. And I believe say the other side will be the special place for the Holy Spirit to complete the Trinity. So this one where James and John they ask for special spot. Anyway, I like the way Jesus even replied them. He just talk say everybody where they ministry, where they follow him, no be position they're supposed to dey pursue. Instead, we then just they serve others for the kingdom. Because now by God's grace, now we'll get anywhere after this world. In many homes today, rivalry they sometimes divide siblings. This story of James and John, they remind us to build together instead of competing. James and John, they stand as one. And even though their request was selfish, their togetherness, they teach us a quiet lesson. God, they bless unity. As the other disciples come here waiting James and John do, wahala come enter. Well, now Jesus can't ask all of them as in they open mouth, they talk, they grumble, they quarrel. He say, una fit drink the cup while they drink. Abi una fit receive the same baptism way me they receive. All that one which Jesus talk about, him they refer to sacrifice and suffering. The cup they represent waiting him go endure. The pain, the rejection, and the obedience to the Father's will, even when it was hard. Following Christ is not always rosy. Sometimes you will face the same trials where Christ faced. Criticism, loneliness, or even loss. But through all those moments, you share also in his glory. So it's like saying no cross, no crown. Every believer must learn to carry their cup faithfully. Last, in verse 45, Jesus say, even him, the Son of Man, he no come to be served, he no come to look for a position. He come to serve others. And he come to give his life as a ransom for many. That's a powerful reminder. True greatness not be how many people will they serve us, but in how many people we will they serve. In this our world where everyone want position, everyone want recognition, Jesus the teacher say, Moku learn to lie low. Moku serve with humility. And so we go reflect Christ.